What's up, guys? Welcome to Knockers on the Bottom. I'm your host, Jay Miller, if you like. So let's get into it. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're at 59 subscribers, 58 subscribers, actually, I think. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button. When we get to 100, we'll give something away. But with that, let's get into it. So today, I'm going to talk to you about the three positions or three things that the Cowboys have to come out of the draft. It's draft week, so it's that time to get excited. We finally get to figure out who the Cowboys are picking, how they're going to fit into the new offensive scheme, how coaches are going to use them, all of that fun stuff. So I'm going to give you what I think are three positions that the Dallas Cowboys should come away with. But before I do that, I want to just get into Tyron Smith real quick. He retired. He gave his press conference. Homeboy doesn't really speak that much, so it was nice to hear him talk a little bit about his time with the Dallas Cowboys and kind of, go through some things that he's been, thinking throughout his career and that he's satisfied with. As always, Jerry and Steven have to be there because they just have to jump in everything. But other than that, I enjoyed that. And Homeboy looks like he can still play. And I feel like 5, 6, 7 years from now, he's gonna look like that. He's gonna be chiseled. He's gonna be diesel. You know what I'm saying? Just like incredibly built. So congratulations to him. I hope that he gets to have a lot of great time with his family. And it sucks that here we go again, another great Cowboys player that retired with no championships, but that's on the two guys next to him, Jerry and Steven. That's not necessarily on him. So, but, enjoy your post-career, Tyron, and hopefully this is not the last we see of you. Hopefully maybe you kind of, come back to football some other capacity, but if your desire is to just ride off into the sunset, man, and just enjoy your family, enjoy your money, enjoy your time, enjoy your secondary phase of life, if you have other passions, what I'm saying, hopefully we get to hear about those and get to support them because you did a lot of good things for the Dallas Cowboys. You're one of my favorite players in their history. So now with that, let's get into that draft talk real quick. Not to like cut my boy short, but it's draft week, so I know what y'all want to hear. I know what I want to hear. So three things that I think the Cowboys need to come away with. And also with that, certain reasons why certain players would be off my draft board. So offensively, we are in agreement that the Cowboys need to find a Batman to CD's Robin, a Captain America to CD's Iron Man, you know what I'm saying? The glove to his Thanos. We got to get something happening, right? So the way I feel about this is I feel like the Cowboys need to prioritize offensive team speed. And I think I said this before. But you got CeeDee Lamb, who's a 4.47 player, and you got Cavante Turpin, who may or may not be. I mean, Xavier Worthy's probably the fastest man in the NFL, and Tyreek Hill's probably the second fastest man in the NFL. But after those two, you might have Matthew Golden when he gets in there, slash, Cavante Turpin. So, you have a lot of very, very, very fast players in the NFL, but I think the Cowboys need to prioritize team speed. I think if we can make CeeDee Lamb our third or fourth fastest player on offense, I think that does nothing but benefit the Cowboys. Because now you put a lot of pressure on secondaries. You run someone like Matthew Golden and Cavante Turpin and CeeDee Lamb in a 3 wide receiver set, and then not saying that this is where I'm going to go or what I'm talking about, but it could be one of the possibilities. Somebody like Tootin in the backfield, like now you have 4.3 speed, 4.2 speed, 4.2 speed, 4.4 speed. Like that defense is definitely backing up. They're definitely backing up, especially, I mean, in situations third or sixth and less, the Cowboys can have their way. They should be with prioritizing team speed, they should have the advantage on pretty much any third down that they represent. So with that, my ideal first round pick to fit that would be either Amarian Hampton or Matthew Golden, right? One of the two, totally okay with that. If they went Hampton with their first round pick, let's say they go Hampton. I explained and defended this pick last time, so I'm not going to do it again. If y'all want to hear how I explain and defend this pick, go back and listen to the last episode, or maybe it was the episode before that, but something like that. But anyway, Hampton in the first round, I will be looking to pair that with someone like Luther Burden in the second round, right? Or if they went with Matthew Golden in the first round, I would be looking to pair that with someone, maybe like Travion Henderson in the second round or Judkins in the second round. I know a lot of people have Judkins in the third round, but I feel like if you have Henderson in your first or second round, you should have Judkins in your first or second round. He's a bigger back than Henderson. So Henderson's about 210, 215 pounds. Judkins is about 225 pounds. Henderson ran about a 4.43, 4.44. Judkins ran about a 4.47. So, I mean, that still can make the difference as far as if you're breaking into the open field, scoring a touchdown as opposed to getting tackled at the 1 yard line. But when it comes to the difference between those two running backs, I'd take Henderson first. If Henderson was there at 44, I would pick Henderson at 44, 100%. It goes without saying if Hampton was there at 44, of course, but Hampton's not making it to 44. I don't even think Henderson's going to make it to 44. But if we were to get Golden in the first round, Henderson or Judkins in the second round, those would be two ideal picks for me to add overall team speed to your offense. Now, with Judkins, you're also adding a tone setter, right? Because the dude is physical. He seeks out contact. He's good to and through the hole. He's patient with his feet at the line of scrimmage. He has good pad level to break tackles. So you're not only getting that explosiveness in the open field, but you're getting that explosiveness in the short area, and you're getting short area quickness. You're getting good vision. I mean, Judkins has, whether he was with Henderson or by himself, has averaged over 1,000 yards every single time, every single year of his career in college. So I think no matter what, you're getting something good here, and I would be just as okay with Judkins as I am with Henderson. Now, if I went to the third round, once we get to the third round, now I'm prioritizing one technique. So I'm looking at Alfred Collins if he makes it there. I'm looking at Peebles if he makes it there. Both of those guys should be a really good pickup for the Cowboys if they make it into that area, and that would shore up the one technique. And I think that, if I'm looking at the first 3 rounds of the draft, that would be what I would consider a success. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Next episode, we'll go over the next 3 rounds of the draft, kind of go where I think will be a success there. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter at JMillerIYL. That's JMiller if you like. You can hit me up at knockersonthebottom@outlook.com. Again, knockersonthebottom@outlook.com. You can also hit me up at knockersonthebottom@gmail.com. Leave questions, comments below. If there's anything specific that you want me to cover, I'll take them here. I'll take them via email. I'll take them from Twitter. Roll it up into a mailbag, make it a formal segment. But like I said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time, I'm your host, J Mill if you like. This has been Knockers on the Bottom. Peace.